A major shift in the Republican Party to talk about. Representative Liz Cheney lost in Wyoming's primary election last night, falling to a candidate backed by former President Donald Trump. This means now 8 of the 10 House Republicans who voted to impeach the former president are losing their seats or retiring. The results illustrating Trump's continued grip on the party despite his ongoing legal troubles. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Fred, Liz Cheney is former President Trump's most outspoken Republican critic, and he made ousting her from office a top priority, while she says some issues have to come above politics.
Especially wonderful to be here.
An overnight loss for Congresswoman Liz Cheney of Wyoming, handing a victory to former President Trump, his sharpest Republican critic losing in a landslide to Trump-endorsed Harriet Hageman after Cheney won that House seat by more than 70 points 2 years ago. She insists she could have won again.
But that path would have required that I accept, that I embrace, that I perpetuate the big lie.
Cheney has blasted the former president's false election claims as vice chair of the January 6th committee and one of 10 House Republicans who voted to impeach Mr. Trump. She's now the fourth to lose a primary to somebody he backed, another 4 retiring in a demonstration of the former president's hold on the GOP, despite mounting pressure in the investigation over his handling of highly classified documents.
There aren't any political consequences for these actions. Trump goes out and has a rally, people still show up.
A judge set to decide tomorrow whether to unseal the affidavit justifying the FBI search of Mr. Trump's home. Federal prosecutors argue that would jeopardize their investigation and put critical witnesses at risk. At the same time, the former president's former attorney, Rudy Giuliani, facing questioning today before a special grand jury as a target of a separate probe into efforts by Mr. Trump and his allies to overturn his 2020 election defeat in Georgia. Multiple investigations surrounding former President Trump, so far not derailing his political payback to those who've opposed him. Liz Cheney is promising to continue fighting to keep former President Trump out of the White House, saying on the Today Show that she is thinking about running for president herself and will make a decision in the coming months. In Washington, Alice Barr, WCNC, Charlotte.